I'm like 6 hours from leaving to Hawaii. No, check. 12 out. I'm pretty close to leaving to Hawaii. I leave this afternoon. The low of the week is supposed to be like 72. For whatever reason, in California, it's 40 degrees right now. It's cold. However, welcome back, guys. I'm at the park. It's 7:29 in the morning. I'm with my boy Zach Grabovic, who's an Australian. He actually played college tennis, and now he's at Texas Tech University playing college rugby, but gonna give a chance for the next level going into next year. Zach is here for a couple days getting a lesson in, so we're gonna get a session even though it's freezing, it's icy. This is California. What? I don't know. Let's get some work.
So that's my point, right? It's a 38 yards, little 4-0, 4-1, but you're not doing much.
Yeah.
The other reason I still want you working on that first step being small is because remember, as you're still working on getting that left foot, especially going right, getting it and getting to go right, the shorter it is, the less damage control you have. Remember, if it gets big and goes straight, you're SOL. But if let's just say you happen to set straight, but it's smaller, you can still kind of get away with that ball incorrect, right? Point it, tap it. Got a little bit big, right? Yeah. It's all right. And like, if I had to take one word, and the question was, okay, if the answer was power, the question would be, what's one thing you don't really need to worry about, right? Like, you don't need power. Yeah. You need a little bit more finesse. So don't worry about, again, focus on being small, right? Yeah. Doing less, doing less, doing less. Tap, hit that ball. Yeah, that arm gets out a little bit. Your direction's kind of almost hit the ball. Keep it in tight. So 4 of those balls, none of that, all those balls are, remember we talked about yesterday, chicken or the egg? I think sometimes your step gets big because your left arm's pushing, so your right foot's going, oh boy, I gotta go catch up. So I think sometimes your step gets big and then your arm goes, oh boy, I gotta get out to my foot. Chicken and the egg, right? So, but when you do it like this, they don't seem to ever, like you had 4 balls there and 2 balls here. So it's just a consistency. We'll get it down. 1, 2. So that's my point, right? It's a 38 yards, little 4-0, 4-1, but you're not doing much.
Yeah.
The other reason I still want you working on that first step being small is because remember, as you're still working on getting that left foot, especially going right, getting it and getting to go right, the shorter it is, the less damage control you have. Remember, if it gets big and goes straight, you're SOL. But if let's just say you happen to set straight, but it's smaller, you can still kind of get away with that ball incorrect, right? Full go. Yeah. Don't let it change anything. Catch, catch. Just open the leg up a little bit. Good boy. Now, stay, hey, here. Okay. Drive. Good. It's a weird balance, Zach, because I want you and I want all you guys to come forward but still swing up. Mm-hmm. I want you to attack the ball, but don't let attacking the ball make you too long. Yeah. I want you to get aggressive, but not over, like, that's asking for a lot, obviously, yeah. Right? But the idea is
finding that perfect balance.
Right, and you should be starting to feel like when you put, let's say, 3 out of the 4 things right, 2 out of the 4 things right, you're like, ooh. And the idea is eventually you're kind of like, okay, I kind of got the arm down, the step's a little big. I got the steps down, my arm's a little out. You're starting to kind of piece together how it feels, right? But what you're doing is training your body. Just keep it in tight, leave it, point it, down, drive. Good. But again, here's what you notice from even yesterday. Every time your nose stays down, whether you miss it, hit it, it's going and it's getting out, right? It looks really good. Tap. Hear the difference in the sound?
Yeah.
Okay. So the difference in the sound means it hit the ball, hit up on your foot where? Slightly what?
Outside.
Outside and a little bit higher compared to your toe, right?
Uh-huh.
So all of a sudden, you hit the ball a little bit higher, the ball sounds better off your foot, gets more hang and more distance, correct? Also, put that together with, where did you finish that ball? Stop, stop. You didn't finish here. So what I'm getting at is your arm staying in a little bit tighter is allowing you to hit a ball higher up your foot, get more power on it, and stay more square, as opposed to push, swing, reach, finish here.
Yeah.
Looked a lot better, but you can hear that ball. So today, Kaz, what we're working on, we're working on getting these guys. He was here yesterday. We started working on like driving the ball, getting our shoulders more forward. I kind of base all my training, you guys, off of what's going on in the college schedule. So right now, guys are finishing up bowl games, but what I'm trying to preach to these guys is that you've developed certain habits and tendencies through season. A lot of times, towards the end of the season, a lot of guys are, quite frankly, just, let me just get the ball downfield, let me get it off, right? And we kind of tend to stray away from what made us so good in the beginning of the season, all the work we put in last offseason, which is good technique, direction, etc. The weather gets worse, balls get heavier, legs get tired, it's normal. So right now what we're trying to do is auto-correct, self-correct, and kind of retrain our body to right way to start off our off-season. For the next 3 months, all college programs are doing is lifting, getting up early, lifting, running, lifting, running. So when you get a chance to not be sore and to kick, you got to make sure you're being efficient with your time and working on proper things. So with Zach here especially, I don't see him as frequently. We're working on keeping his shoulders a little more forward. Yesterday he was a little bit back. I can actually send some film from yesterday to put in the video. You guys should be able to see that soon. He was a little bit back. He was extending his left arm quite a bit, and so it was making him reach, lean back, off his toe. So right now we're just trying to retrain him to get more forward, keeping his arm a little tighter and just resetting with good tendencies, good habits going into a long, dark, cold off season of lifting and running early. Go to college. See how it pushes? But when you drop it, that arm's almost fully out and you're reaching for it, and that's why your swing stops.
Yeah.
The balls earlier, and like the one I posted yesterday, was your arm seems to stay a little bit more relaxed. So if I like stop this picture right here, you can't obviously see your elbow, but you can tell it's more relaxed and the nose is down. And when you compare that to what we looked at earlier, to this, I'm just gonna say this. But when you compare that, it's a very similar picture. The only thing I would say is he's keeping his arm on quite a bit longer, the off arm.
Yeah.
And that I think comes from you getting long, because again, look how quickly that right arm comes off.
Yeah.
So there's been a few times where I've worked on that off arm staying on, but it's so player by player. Like some guys keep it on really long to the point where it looks like they're dropping with two hands.
Yeah.
Some guys just pull it off. What I would say is when you're doing your one steps back home, focus on it staying on. I mean, keep it on a little bit longer per se, but that's such a natural thing. I think it comes off and hurts you only when that arm gets out and then it pulls you. Okay. When your first step's short, it doesn't have enough time to get farther. Yeah, you know what I mean? It shows little thieves on stealing the camera stuff, you know what I mean?
I know, dude. I've been watching them.
Keep it in tight, nose down, explode up. Drive up. Yeah, that's better. Keep it up. Remember, the last 3 balls now, okay, we're opening up our leg. Remember we talked down there. We opened up our leg, but now you're kind of getting back again.
Okay.
That's a better ball. Good job. See what I mean?
Yeah.
Keep it a little more over with the shoulders. Good. Yeah, you can hear it, dude. And by the way, look how you finished those last 2 balls.
Yeah.
Square, not turned. Very good. It's your best last 3. Okay? You guys, I'm a very big fan of only having 5 or 6 balls for the first couple weeks of off season, and here's why. It's frustrating when you only have 5 or 6 balls and you miss hit 5 of them, right? All 5. So when you only have 4 or 5, 6 balls and you miss hit a couple, you're more likely to focus on the smaller group of balls that you have and want to perform better, rather than having, I've seen guys with like 15 balls out there. Well, the first one's good, 2, 3, and 4 mediocre, 5 stinks, 6 is a bomb, 7's okay, 8, 9, and 10 are good. You allow yourself more leniency. So just make sure if you're starting to train, you're starting to be good, give yourself 4 balls, 5 balls, and make sure all 4 or 5 you're very focused on so that you can do better. His first 3 balls, last 3 balls, really good, 40-yard, 4-0 balls, which again, given the fact that it's freaking the Arctic tundra out here, right? Really, really good recovery on the last 3 because he's focused on them because the set's so small. Tip, take that to the bank.
All right, guys, so we're wrapping up here, but I wanted to give you a little background on this man. It's kind of cool to spotlight guys I work with because a lot of you guys have such different backgrounds. I think we mentioned it earlier, but Zach's from Melbourne, so he's coming all the way from Australia, played college tennis, and now he's playing Division I rugby while getting his master's degree. So I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of background on him and let him tell you his story a little bit so you guys can see, again, kind of the family that punting brings together, yeah? So go ahead, Zach.
Yeah, so as Coach Aaron said, I moved to the US, played college tennis for 4 years, and then I just started picking up punting in my off time. I started working with Aaron probably about 5 months ago, and now I'm playing Division I rugby for Texas Tech. And just like we've been working in my position, obviously with rugby it's two-way, so offense and defense, consistently moving. But the biggest difference with me being a kicker on the rugby team is like just that the live ball, the guys are a lot closer to me. I don't really get blockers that are going to be blocking the defense from coming to attack me when I'm kicking. So like body position, where my eyes are, how I move, my line and where I drive my leg comes really important, especially from when I'm trying to kick, say, a 50-meter ball or a 55-yard ball compared to a 35-yard ball. When you're on your own 22-meter line, which is about 25 yards out from the end zone, it becomes really important. So like what we're doing today, working on body position, shoulders forward, head down, pointing the tip of the ball down and inside, like all those little things become really crucial when you've got only a split second to react to the pass that's coming to me from one guy, and then I've already got another player moving into my face trying to, well, take me for dead.
Yeah. And that's where you lose me, guys, because if you guys know anything about me, it's like I don't like being hit. Never really liked people touching me when I played football. That's why I probably became a punter. We're wrapping up. What I want to do is kind of show you guys a little bit of the progression from yesterday to today. I have a couple clips of film which you guys will see here. Quick little update, I'm leaving to Hawaii tonight, doing some lessons there Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I fly back there with Kelly and Finn, fly back here next Sunday. Monday we leave to Minnesota. I'm there for 2 days for Christmas, and then I go to London to see my beloved Arsenal play. So let's check out his film. Other than that, you guys have a great holidays. This video should be up sometime this week. And again, you guys have a great holidays, great New Year's, and we'll catch up soon. So the first clip here, guys, is from yesterday. I hadn't seen Zach in a couple months as he's been moving and going to different schools. But as you can see, his first step's a little bit big. He goes a little bit heel to toe. And he was doing this a lot yesterday. We're working on driving his shoulders. You can see when he takes his first step, his shoulders kind of bounce and pop up. Okay, I call it like a bounce. So he drives forward, but then he kind of pops up there. And when he pops up, it gets really tall. And the whole time he's doing that, his left arm is really pushing out and away from him. So you see here when he swings, he's forced to kind of lean back because that arm's so far away from him. He's reaching for the ball. And when he's reaching for the ball, that left side's getting pushed out a little bit. And again, he's swinging out and swinging across. So you can really see that little pop up. He's losing the drive in his hips. The left arm pushes forward, swings across and reaches for it. And again, he's not getting all the power behind the ball. You can kind of tell from his reaction. Fast forward to today. It's a really good clip of him staying down over the ball a little bit more. He's really, really driving forward. Okay, the laces are in a good spot. The ball doesn't really move. And you can tell when he finishes his swing, he's coming up a lot straighter. He's not reaching as much. He's really focusing on driving forward with his shoulders. So again, first step's a little bit shorter. He goes ball of the foot. His arm stays just slightly more relaxed, which definitely helps in the long run. But he's really keeping his head more forward, his hips back a lot more. So there's a little bit of the progression from yesterday to today, and you can see what we were trying to get at. Again, conditions today, I don't know if you guys can tell, but there's frost on the floor. The balls are cold. It's 43 degrees. So given what we had, it's 7 o'clock in the morning. He did a great job making the adjustments today, and I really look forward to him continuing to progress as we go forward. Thanks for watching this video, guys. To continue along with this journey and watch this channel grow, please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel.